Hello, math students. Welcome back to our module on statistics. This is lesson 10, and it is called Some Review on Center and Spread of Data Distributions. The goal for today we will review knowledge of center and spread of data distributions. The question that I want you to think about when you're working with this lesson is, what is your favorite concept of working with data? So things to remember: the measure of center. The measure of center, what they're talking about with measures of center is they want to know what is the center of the data. And if you remember back to us first learning about the dot plot, we noticed that the center was the exact middle of the data. And so a lot of times what we use as a measure of center is we think of our median when we're talking about the measure of center. The measure of spread is usually talking about your range, or how the data points within the data set spread out. And so what we're talking about with the measures of spread is we're talking about the range. And we know how to find the median. You just have to put all of your numbers in order from least to greatest and then find the exact middle point. With the range, basically what you do is you take the lowest data point and then you find the highest data point, and then you have to find the difference between the two. So typically you take the highest data point minus the lowest data point, and that's how you find the range. So the highest point minus the lowest point, okay? So then another quick review, because remember we were talking about a review in this lesson, is steps for finding the MAD. First, you find the mean. Second, you determine the deviations from each data point to the mean. Then you find the absolute value of each deviation. Then you add all the absolute deviations together, and then you divide that added amount, or that sum, by the number of data points, and that gives you your MAD. So very simple. And boys and girls, I'm just trying to give you a quick way to review it, because you definitely are going to have to be able to find the MAD at any point in time. So we need to come up with a way to help you remember it. So that is dealing with the mean. Then we also learned about steps for finding the interquartile range, or the IQR. Remember that the IQR deals with the median. So the first step is put the data set in order from least to greatest. Then find the median of the data set, then find the median of the lower half of the data set, then find the median of the upper half of the data set, and then subtract the upper from the lower. No, subtract the lower from the upper. Just take the upper minus the lower, and you find the IQR, the interquartile range, okay? So those are the things that you need to remember about all of our work in statistics. And basically, as long as you can remember these key things, you're going to be able to do just fine with working with statistics. Okay? That's all I have, because this is basically just a review. So the one last thing that I want to do is give you a practice problem, and it says time to practice. Find the mean, MAD, median, and IQR of the data set below to compare the different measures of center and spread. So these are your data points right here. You need to find the mean and the MAD, and then I want you to find the median and the IQR, and then I want you to compare if your measures of center are the same or close, and compare whether the spreads are the same or different. And that's what I would like you to do to make sure that you understand how to do this. So on your own without me, and you have to do it for the TLC check, I want you to take the mean of this data set. I want you to find the MAD of this data set. I want you to find the median of this data set. And I want you to find the IQR of this data set. And then I want you to focus on the measures of center. Remember, the measures of center are your median, and then your measure of spread is your range, and compare them together when you get finished. All right, kiddos. Our goal for today we will review our knowledge about center and spread of data distributions. The question that I asked you to think about is, what is your favorite concept of working with data? For me, I don't know if I could say that I have a favorite, but I would definitely say I really like the MAD just because it's a challenge. I really like the IQR because it's a challenge. But even more than the IQR, the Box and Whiskers is fun because there's so many things that you have to remember. And so I like all three of them. The MAD, the IQR, and the Box and Whiskers. I think that they're fun. All right, kiddos, that's all I have for you today. Talk to you soon. Bye.